Welcome to WinSouls TV. This is your host, Jeff Thomas. So we have Easter coming up. It's going to be a great Easter Sunday. Go ahead and get your colorful neon suits. Get dressed up. Have a good old time. You know what I'm saying? Go find you some eggs. Boil you some eggs. Color you some eggs. Get some chocolate-filled eggs with your kids. You know? Go and have fun. So I would like to wish all of you guys a happy Easter. I'll probably do it again on Friday, on the Friday video. But I would like to wish you guys a happy Easter. And I hope that, you guys are completely blessed. Now let's jump right on in to the message. So today I'd like to talk about hearing from God. And there are a lot of misconceptions concerning hearing from God. I hear all the time that a lot of people don't necessarily think that they are hearing from God. But I will tell you that God is always speaking to his creation. I think that you just have to understand how he speaks through or to his children. And there are quite a few examples in the word. The Lord literally may send an angel your way to deliver a message to you. The Lord will speak to you through dreams. The difficult part after having the dream is interpreting that dream, asking the Lord, what does this dream mean? The Lord may send people to you over and over and over and over again, saying the same message over and over again. It's almost as if all of these people are coming to you, a different body, a different person, but they're all saying the exact same thing. And those are just a few ways that the Lord can speak to you. But here's the thing. That relationship, that understanding of where the Lord will speak to you, we have to put ourselves in a position so that we can hear what he has to say, because he's always speaking to us. And here's the thing, the further that we begin to drift away from the Lord and that divine walk, the harder it is to hear him. And why is that? Simply put, when we step away from that path, that narrow path, that's so difficult to walk down, that means that we're involved in specific distractions that are keeping us from moving down that path. And that specific distraction could be the very thing that is preventing you from hearing the Lord. See, our relationship with the Lord is almost entirely up to us. He gives that choice to us. The closer we draw to him, the nearer he draws to us. So with that said, when we are trying to hear the Lord, we have to cancel out all of the things of the world. And so we have these video games. We got the phone. We have the news. We have all of these friends that aren't necessarily beneficial in our lives. All of these things that are preventing us from hearing the Lord's voice, even though he is talking. You see? And we can begin to understand his voice by providing the opportunity for that to happen. And how do we do that? We begin to have quiet time with the Lord. There is so much importance with quiet time. Reading the word, having a devotional, reading and understanding the word for yourself, making specific note cards, cutting time out for the Lord. And then number two, getting into a routine with the Lord. There may be a specific time of the day where it's just like, you know what? No, I don't want anybody else in my life right now. I don't want anybody else distracting me. I don't want anybody else around. But right now is the time that I have set for the Lord. So my phone goes off. The TV goes off. The video games go off. Everybody, if you have kids, maybe when they go to sleep, all of these things begin to happen. But there are really and honestly, there are no excuses for things that you actually want to do. If you want to do something, you will make a way for it. So why not make a way for God? A lot of us will sit and we'll whine and we'll complain about not hearing the Lord's voice when he's constantly talking to us. but we're looking for somebody to blame for our lack of spiritual growth. Our lack of spiritual growth is because we choose not to go closer to God. Let me say that again. Our lack of spiritual growth is a choice on our part, simply put, because we choose not to move closer to God. We don't make time for him, yet and still we want to blame him for specific things that happen in our life when we made those choices. So carving out that time, and what it is you'll begin to hear a specific voice. This may come in the form of your thoughts. It sounds like your voice, but it kind of invades your thoughts. And this may happen differently to some people. But I know that in my experience, I may be having a steady stream of thoughts, and then out of nowhere, it's like this specific thought just invaded all of my other thoughts. And that is when I know that it's from the Lord. And so what I like to do is I like to test that. I ask the Lord, okay, if this is you, I ask that you confirm it. You confirm it. And then literally you will sometimes, this has happened to me, you'll have somebody else say exactly what he was speaking to you when you were alone during that quiet time. And that's him confirming that for you. Or he may put it in a dream. But I will say that if you are looking for a guide in terms of hearing the Lord's voice, this is definitely a great guide. Get this book by Praying Medic. It just lays out examples of how the Lord speaks to his creation. And if you are serious about moving down that walk, literally the most important thing, more so than any book that you can ever read, is developing that relationship with the Lord and asking him, okay, Lord, how are you speaking to me? What is our level of communication? How do you like to communicate with me? Please make that known to me so that we can constantly move on that frequency, so that I can talk to you on that frequency, so that you can talk to me on that frequency. However it is that you would have me understand, I want to understand you every single time, Lord. Be real with the Lord. Be real with the Lord. He already knows all things. So with that said, he already knows where you're struggling. He's just waiting for you to come to him. He's waiting for you to come to him. Does it mean enough to you for you to, desire that, to ask him about it, to inquire for it? And then when you inquire for it, does it mean enough to you to continue knocking, seeking, and asking until that door is open, until you actually understand? Well, if it is, then that's the way to go. But the Bible above all things. This is just a tool. This is just a tool that has derived from the Bible, based off of personal experiences and things that the Lord has taught him. But it's not in the place of the Bible. I just wanted to make that clear. So hearing from God is entirely on you. So if you want to hear from him, make time for him. And I promise you, you will never regret it. Be blessed. Have a good one.